Right, we're in lockdown at the moment with the COVID, so can't get out much. But what I can do is have a ride on my bike and have exercise, even though I'm still working. This is my day off. I'm going to show you a few plants that you could use to clean up your cuts, grazes, and help with your stings. So let's go and have a look. Woohoo! Okay, you got the dock leaf here. We all know what the dock leaf looks like. And when I was a kid in the 70s, I was taught to get the leaf like this, spit on it and put it on the sting. What a load of rubbish that was. It doesn't work like that. What you need to do with a dock leaf is you can either get the leaf or a load of leaves like this, scrunch them up, get the sort of the wetness out of the leaf and just rub it on your sting or dab your cut, depending on how bad the cut is. Not very good for cuts really, because it's not wet enough, not like that. Or you could get the leaf like that and split the stalk, and inside the stalk is quite wet, and you could sort of clean cuts like that and sort of help your stings as well. So split the stalk like that. It's not very good, yeah, can you see that? It's not a very good example. Get a longer stalk, but yeah, you can do that. But the other way is look at the leaf litter like that, and they get the younger stalk. Go right in and get the younger stalk and get something like this, no older than this one, say. Really, ideally it should be no leaf at all, just a stalk, and just faintly rub that, and it's really juicy. You know, it's like putting your hand in glue in a way. It's really juicy. So that's without breaking it. So that's the best way, if you can find a very young leaf, or a young stalk I should say, very young stalk, very juicy. I mean, this is just mildly wet. The very young stalks without the leaves are actually very juicy. I'll see if I can find one somewhere. So that's what you could do with that. That's the dock leaf. I've actually found another one, and it's another plant called Jack by the Edge, or garlic mustard. And even though you could use the leaves as a lovely salad, because they do taste faintly of garlicky mustard sort of thing, give them a wash first before you eat them, like any salad. But again, inside the stalk it's very juicy, and this one is actually antiseptic as well. So you could clean your cuts and grazes and stings with the juice inside the stalk of this one as well. Very wet, that is, but that's antiseptic as well. And that's what Jack by the Edge, or the other common name is garlic mustard. That's what it looks like, the leaves, and when it grows up it has a flower on the top like that. Loads of juice. And here we have the stingy nettle, and we all know the stingy nettle. We've all been stung in our life sometime, and apart from making a cup of tea out of it from the 2 or 3 fresh tops, you can or you can eat the pulp as well if you make a cup of tea, if you like, as a sort of food. The cure for the sting, and the stingy nettle sting as well, is actually inside the stalk. Yes, again, it's inside the stalk. It's not juicy inside the stalk, it's sort of wet, and you just split it down in half as best you can with your nail or a knife, and without getting stung, and get the wetness and rub it on your sting, and there you go. You put it on a graze as well, and a cut if it's not too bad. So there you go. There's the cure for the stingy nettle, for the sting. It's inside the stalk. Not many people know that. And here we have the white dead nettle. White dead nettle. It looks very much like the stingy nettle, but it's got no sting, and it's got white petals. Again, the juice inside the stalk. You can rub that on your cuts and stings, and that'll help. So there's another one, white dead nettle. Very, very juicy, very quite wet. And this is Alexander plant. It comes out in the spring and then grows into the summer and looks like this. And you can eat the root apparently, although I've never tried it. It tastes like parsnip apparently, and is mildly diuretic. And these shoots, the thicker ones preferably, you can eat. You boil them up, and then you got to peel it. You're going to eat the inner part. You've got to peel it, otherwise it's too fibrous otherwise. But the cure for any cuts and stings is actually inside the stalk. So I'll just break this open if I can. Should have brought a knife really. But yeah, inside the stalk, on the bottom or the top, is very wet. I know you can't feel this, but it's very, very wet. And that can help clean your cuts and help with your stings as well. So there you go, that's your Alexander plant. Here you got your plantain, a plant called the plantain, and there's various types. But what you can do with this is it's edible, but you've got to get rid of these ribs. You can't eat them. But what you could do to help with stings and cuts is just break it up to get the wetness on the inside, and use that on your sting. It'll help a little bit, and put it on your cuts as well. It's not, you can't rub it hard on a cut because your cut might hurt, it'll hurt you like, but just sort of do your best that you can really. Just mash it up like that, get the wetness from it, and then put it on your sting or dab your cut. Ooh. Oh. Okay, that's it for now, and I hope you enjoyed that video and you learned something, and see you again on the next one, I hope. And I'm sure there's a lot more plants you could use like that, so just be careful if you use these things, and make sure you identify them properly. Anyway, thanks again for watching. Cheers, bye.